I'm Wright, Brennan. This is the Lost in the Midlands podcast, and today I'm here with Chris Harden with Harden's Window and Doors. Chris, it is awesome to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And you are a longtime member of the home improvement community and have been fixing people's houses here in the Midlands for quite a while. It's been awesome. I love calling you and asking you questions because I know you got experience in just about everything I've done. And I want to talk to you about your business, but I also want to jump into like how we got your journey along the way. So where you're from, are you a local to the Columbia, Lexington area?
Born and raised in Columbia.
AC Flora?
No, Lower Richmond High School.
Cool.
And then I graduated from the University of South Carolina.
Awesome. Gamecocks. Went to USC. Did you study home improvement at USC?
I might be the only person in the home improvement business with a degree, but no, I took business.
Cool.
And which I figured, instead of taking an arts class or a music class or something that I would never use, I figured business would come in handy.
Yeah.
I had actually I took the business over from a friend of the family. He started it in 1957 selling aluminum siding.
Wow.
So, and then I worked for him a little while. He taught me some things. He was my mentor, and his name was Don Yarnell. He's passed away many years ago, but he back right after Hugo hit.
87 or 89?
89. So I made the decision, literally within a month or two after Hugo, and in 1990, I took the business over and changed the name. Back then it was called National Aluminum and Vinyl Siding.
Yeah.
Of course, about a year ago, I made the change to Harden's Window and Door because you can't really market online with National Aluminum and Vinyl Siding anymore. So the game has changed on me, and I'm always a little slow, but after 34 years, I changed the name.
That's pretty cool. Were you working there in college? Were you kind of like doing stuff to kind of...
Well, I got out of college, and I worked with a family business for about a year, and then I went to work with Don for about a year. This is back in, I hate to tell how old I am, but I already said, I guess. But 83, I think in 83,
yeah,
I went to work with Don, and he had a wholesale business in addition to the retail business.
Wow.
And he ended up, there was a bad fire in the fall of 83, and it burnt his warehouse down, and it was kind of
have mercy.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation, so it kind of set our plans back.
Yeah.
And so in 84, I actually ended up moving to Atlanta for a few years. I've done that a little over 5 years in Atlanta, Georgia, and he offered to sell me the business, so I came back and right after Hugo and took it over, and he passed shortly thereafter, and I've been sink or swim ever since. And it's been, fortunately, he took the time while we were working together. I probably asked him 10,000 questions. So
Wow.
I asked him every question you could imagine. So, but it's been good for me. I've enjoyed it. I'm not the kind of person that wants to stay inside of an office 8 hours a day. I need to be out like you, driving around in my truck.
Going house to customer, person to the street, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is really cool. And did you have the idea of wanting to own a business? Like, was that kind of that entrepreneur side? Was that kind of planted in you prior? Or
It was. It was just always what I wanted to do. It's kind of crazy, but so my mother had dated Don for a little while, and my mother had dated another fella who was also in the home improvement business.
Okay.
And so he built an addition on our house, we lived in a ranch brick home,
Yeah.
70 by 30. And he put an addition on the back and a bedroom back there, which became my bedroom. And, I was probably about 15 at the time, and I'm watching all this construction going on, and
Yeah.
I was really pretty impressed with it. And it's kind of always, then I went to work in a family business right out of college. We were in the textile, so
Yeah.
I always wanted to work for myself.
Yeah. That's awesome. I can relate to that a little bit, So, all right. So when you got going, were you doing? You were doing siding. You were doing roofing for a while too. You were doing all kinds of stuff.
Mostly it's been siding and windows. Don, he's like, you need to get into window business. This is before, I think the first time I walked out to try to sell somebody windows is a little old lady. She asked me about low E, and I didn't know what low E was. So
Sounds cool.
I didn't get that job, but I learned quick what low E was. No, it's siding and windows, and I have sold a roofer too, but I'm not a roofer like you. And the longer I've been in business, the more I've realized you have to really kind of find your niche, what you're going to do. I did some new construction for a while, so I put some roofs on a bunch of houses. I say a bunch, not a bunch, but I mostly it's been siding. Now I've kind of in the last few years gotten into the door business. I really felt there was everybody's in the window business, everybody's in the roofing business, everybody's in the siding business, but now everybody's getting in the door business. But so I've tried to recently, make the window and door a key part of my business. Recently opened up a showroom in Cayce. I've had a bricks and mortar location, but it wasn't really suitable for people to come in the door and look at our products. So that's something that's just occurred recently. Got a nice showroom.
Congratulations. That's pretty cool.
And you right next to where you used to.
I saw it. It's beautiful.
It's turned out nice.
This is Wright, Brennan, the owner of C. Wright Roofing. When it comes to the maintenance of your roof, you want to know that you have an experienced team that knows what they're doing. And with 10 years in the business, we check all the boxes. Leaky roof, storm damage, or just overdue on maintenance, give us a call at 803-828-4181 for a free estimate. Again, that's 803-828-4181. And remember, our commitment is to roof it the right way. So, do you have anybody helping you in the field? You got a right-hand man?
Yeah, Bubba. Everybody knows Bubba. Bubba's been, he's been with me 12 or 13 years. I can't keep up with it, but.
Shout out to Bubba.
Yeah, shout out. Everybody knows Bubba. Everybody loves Bubba. Bubba's, he's a long-term Columbia man himself. Actually, when I got in the siding business, I sold my first siding job in 1983, and I was competing with Bubba and his dad. They were in the siding business, so we competed for a long time. And then
that's cool.
Bubba joined me, and Bubba is he's very knowledgeable. He's not a high pressure. We're in the industry now that high pressure prevails. High pressure, high dollar. Bubba's down to earth. A name like that, that just but my customers love Bubba, and because how he handles himself. So, Bubba, he helps me, and I got a Lynn in my office. She kind of answers the phone and keeps me straight, makes sure I'm paying my taxes on time. And, of course, the game is changing, with marketing and emails, and there's a lot of information coming and going that's kind of hard, very hard for me to keep it all straight. So, I'd rather be in the field.
You and everybody.
I'd rather be in the field like you, measuring, picking up checks, down payments, finishing jobs. That's what I consider myself good at. But so I got a little bit of help. Might need some more one day, but at the moment we kind of like to keep it small.
Yeah.
Don't want to get too big. I know a lot of people out there, they think bigger is better, but in my mind, I like smaller. Yeah.
No, that is fantastic. And you've been a leader of this organization for a long time. So I got to ask you kind of your thoughts on being it. There's a lot of people that are leaning on you. Not just Bubba and your office lady, but the people in the field. Putting the installs in, and you got to be the man to, direct traffic and so to speak. So
well, that's a good way of saying it. But I don't know how many subs, have worked for me over the years, many.
Yeah.
And, it's, I've always tried to treat them pretty well, and they've always been willing to show back up. You pay them, they show back up on Monday to work.
Yeah.
And, over the years, I've kind of helped establish pay rates at various times,
Yeah.
Of course, now it's gone up so fast and high that, I'm not even sure myself what the rates are. But, when we've had bad hailstorms, 22, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
I had customers that work for insurance companies, and they'd say, hey, what do we need to factor in for tearing something down, putting it back up? And actually, kind of when we kind of got prices up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the roofers, they were getting a lot of business as well. Now prices just keep going up and away. It used to be, we didn't see many price increases on material. Went to the lumber yard, went and bought some Luan yesterday, and I couldn't believe it's 3 times higher than I remembered it,
Yeah.
And
that's the price increases. You got to stay on. Otherwise, you'll find out real quick you made a mistake. So.
Yeah, well, fortunately, now with all the wonderful apps out there and everything like that, I use an app for my windows and doors, which is very user-friendly for customers. They can actually go on. I sell a product called Provia. It's a high-end product, and you can actually go on the Provia website, and if you're computer savvy, you can kind of design your own door. Particularly, cool. It's cool for doors. Yeah. There's a lot of options out there. Obviously, I can't carry a door around in the back of my truck. I've done it before, but
yeah.
So people can design their door.
Yeah.
Shoot me what they've designed, and I can help work them up a budget or a quote. We might have to go back and forth 2 or 3 times to get it where they want it. But so we're seeing, that's where the industry is going. Of course, when the pandemic hit, it kind of, people not so much wanting to be in contact. So a lot of times now we're going to the stage where we can do it via email. I can give you a price online. Yeah. And I'm kind of cutting my teeth and learning how to push that forward, like with my showroom, but we're heading in that direction.
That's awesome. You guys stay on top of it. You don't give yourself enough credit for kind of stay on top of the industry changes. So it was pretty cool to watch you guys, make it happen. Let me ask you about product a little bit.
About what?
Product.
Yes, sir.
So you mentioned Provia doors, vinyl replacement windows. Are you guys installing? What product do you install or prefer?
Well, we sell a lot of Provia right now. We've sold several different good vinyl windows. Basically, we're vinyl replacement windows.
Okay.
I know there's some other people coming out now doing some various things, but the vinyl replacement window is made for a replacement.
Yeah.
And actually, we sell a lot of Provia door and window combinations, and we sell the sidings, the Hardy plank, some high-end vinyl or composite products. So those are the 3 things that I primarily sell: siding, windows, and doors to a homeowner.
The whole exterior, pretty much.
Yeah, residential. We're not geared towards new construction. It's just not really. Occasionally people call me, but we're not probably what they're looking for. Yeah. The builder wants to get it done a lot cheaper than I want to do it for. I promise you. You know how that goes. Same with the roofing. But that's they've got the full range. Black windows are popular. Matter of fact, I've got an order of black windows showing up next week. It's going to be a good-looking job. That's become a popular. If you want black inside, black outside, that's available now.
Cool.
So there's a lot of cool changes going on there. Doors, mostly they're fiberglass, and we sell fiberglass and steel. We have fiberglass doors that look like real wood products.
Cool.
But that we don't actually sell a real wood door. You could probably find one, but they're not readily available. Not many of my competitors. That's not what they're really selling either.
Yeah.
So, but if you want one that looks like it's stained wood, we can get you one. It won't fall apart from the sun down here in South Carolina.
That's a good thing. Well, speaking of keeping things not falling apart from the sun and siding, there are 2 products that are most common. You've got vinyl and you've got Hardy or fiber cement stuff.
Right.
Which one do you lead with? Is there one that you recommend? Is there like a one that's better for the sun, or one that's kind of?
Well, the Hardy's become very popular. It adds a lot of value. Well, everything adds value to your house that we do, but Hardy's become very popular. We like to sell it pre-painted, what they refer to as Color Plus.
Yeah.
So a lot of people on new construction, it's being put up prime. Painter shows up, paints it for them.
Yeah.
And but we like to sell the Color Plus, There's some new products out. We sell vinyl still, but not so much anymore. People are, a lot of times they're removing vinyl.
Yeah.
They want something a little
They
different.
want to upgrade from the vinyl.
They do. They want to upgrade. So it's become a situation where we sell an Ascend product manufactured by Outside. It's a fiberglass composite.
Oh, wow.
And it's got an insulation on the back of it, 7-inch exposure, similar to Hardy.
Yeah.
It's a premium product, and we're starting to sell some of that. So normally I'm either going to sell you Hardy plank or the Color Plus or the Ascend.
Yeah.
And, occasionally we still sell the 5-inch, double 5-inch standard,
Yeah,
what I call vinyl siding. But we try to, normally, look, it's kind of funny. I've been in business a while, and I've had like 3 people have run me down recently, and they, I did work for them 20 years ago, and a couple of them didn't realize they were getting me, and I said, hey, I remember you. I did your job, I did your windows, and I saw a guy yesterday, and I'd done some work for him 20 years ago when he built his house, and but somebody had built a barn for him, and they had done some vinyl work. I didn't do it, and the old vintage soffit looks kind of bad, and we're putting them up in more of a premium. They have hidden vintage soffit. So everybody sees a vintage soffit with all the perforated holes.
Oh, yeah.
If they get dirty, it looks bad, and it's we have some now that you don't see that perforation.
Yeah.
And it's a little pricier, but it's well worth it. So we try to make it, if we're going to take some old siding down, we want to make sure whatever we put back up looks better.
Looks awesome. And it always does. You are the window and siding man. That's for dang sure. I always refer people to you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. You guys do amazing work. And I want to ask you, I want to switch gears a little bit because I want to find out, what would you tell somebody who's interested in getting into this business? What would your advice be?
Call me.
Talk to Chris.
Call me.
He's got all the secrets.
I can set you up, man. I mean, it's a great business. I mean, I meet people in every walk of life. I met a guy. I saw